Today, we are diving deep into something I think we all could use more of: energy. We're going to look at the science behind why you feel so tired, and maybe more importantly, what you can actually do to go from feeling drained to feeling driven.
So, does this look familiar? You know the feeling. You wake up and you're already exhausted before the day has even really begun. Your to-do list is a mile long, and it just feels like you're on this hamster wheel that's constantly sapping your energy. It's so easy to get frustrated with yourself, right? But what if it's not actually your fault? Okay, let's just get this out of the way right now. Feeling exhausted all the time has become a massive, widespread issue. It is not a personal failure. Think about it. Our modern world, with its constant blue light from screens messing with our sleep hormones and this always-on work culture, it just isn't designed for us to get the rest we truly need. So if you're feeling sluggish, you are definitely not alone, and it is not because you're lazy.
And the scale of this problem is, well, it's huge. According to the Sleep Foundation, a whopping 35.2% of adults are getting less than the 7 hours of sleep they recommend. That means more than a third of us are basically starting every single day with our batteries already in the red.
So, let's start with the absolute bedrock of our energy: sleep. For the longest time, people kind of thought of sleep as this passive state where our brains just, turn off. But we now know that it's completely wrong. Sleep is an incredibly active and vital process. You should really think of it as your brain's super productive night shift.
While you're sleeping, your brain is working hard. It's busy consolidating your memories, basically filing away all the important stuff from your day. At the same time, your body is repairing cells, regulating crucial hormones. It's like it's running a full diagnostic and repair sequence to get you tuned up and ready for whatever's next.
And all this work happens in a pretty predictable cycle. Throughout the night, you go through 4 distinct stages. You start with light sleep, then you go into a deeper sleep, then into that really critical restorative deep sleep for your body. And finally, you hit REM sleep, which is essential for learning and memory. You do this over and over all night. If you miss out on that deep sleep, your body feels it. Skimp on REM and you'll feel mentally foggy.
And this chart, it shows you exactly where all that time goes. We spend about half the night in stage 2 sleep, which is important. But look at this. About a fifth of our time is in that deep sleep for physical repair, and another fifth is in REM sleep for mental clarity. Each of these stages is absolutely essential. You can't just skip one and expect to feel your best.
So here's the key takeaway. Stage 3, or deep sleep, is where the real heavy lifting for physical restoration happens. This is exactly why, when you miss out on this stage, you can wake up feeling physically sore and just unrested, no matter how long you were actually in bed. The National Institutes of Health points out this is when your body releases more growth hormone to repair tissues and muscles. It's literally rebuilding you from the inside out.
But here's the thing. While sleep is a massive piece of the energy puzzle, it's not the only piece. There are all these other sneaky factors that can secretly drain your energy reserves during the day. So let's try to uncover some of those hidden drains.
Here's a list from BetterUp that, well, it might feel a little too familiar. Of course, poor sleep is number 1. But check out the others. Burnout from constantly pushing past your limits, that's not just mental, it's a deep physical drain. And that last one, a lack of meaning or engagement, that's a really subtle but powerful drain. When your work doesn't connect to what you truly value, it just takes so much more energy to get it done. And hey, let's just pause on dehydration for a second. It's so simple, right? We often forget about it. But research clearly shows that even being just mildly dehydrated can directly lead to feeling exhausted and even having a low mood. It's a classic hidden energy vampire.
Okay, so we've talked about the physical drains, but what about the mental side? What about motivation? This is where we get into the psychology of energy, because it's not just about having physical fuel in the tank, it's about having a reason to hit the gas.
Psychologists basically break motivation down into 2 types. Extrinsic is when you do something for an outside reward, like money or praise. But intrinsic motivation, that's the real powerhouse. That's when you do something just because you find it satisfying. It's that drive that comes from within, your personal why. And that's the one that's sustainable for the long haul. And I just love this quote from Cognition Today because it really gets to the heart of it. When we rely too much on external rewards, we create this internal conflict in our brains. For truly long-lasting motivation, the answer should almost always be for myself.
So how do we find that internal drive? Well, it comes from satisfying our core psychological needs. Things like feeling competent in what we do, achieving things we can actually see and point to, feeling a sense of belonging, and having some control over our own lives.
When what you do aligns with these needs, motivation just kind of happens on its own.
All right, so we know why we're tired and we know what drives us. Now for the really important part. What can we actually do about it? Let's build a practical toolkit. And the key here is small, manageable steps. You don't have to do everything at once. These small things add up to create big energy.
No, seriously, start right here. Remember what we just said about dehydration? Grabbing a glass of water is probably the simplest, fastest thing you can do to fight fatigue. It's such an easy win. Feeling that afternoon slump at your desk? Get up and take a walk, even a short one around the block. A little physical activity is a natural energy booster. It gets your blood flowing, it clears your head, and it can even help you sleep better later. Need a quick change in your mental state? Music is one of the best tools you have. It's an incredible energy booster, no caffeine required. You can shift your entire mood in just a few minutes with the right song.
Now, for a more structured approach, you can check out this happen model. It starts with identifying that core need or desire we talked about. Then you align your actions with that need. This creates this powerful combination of a push from the need itself and a pull from your vision of the future. The goal is to get to a point where you enter a flow state, where you're so engaged that the task feels almost effortless.
And while all these tools are fantastic, we have to end on a really serious note here from the NIH. There is no substitute for sleep. Driving while you're drowsy can be just as deadly as driving drunk. Your reaction time absolutely plummets. So please, if you are sleep deprived, just stay out of the driver's seat. Your physical safety is the #1 priority.
And beyond that critical foundation of safety, you can build a much more resilient energy system by thinking holistically, mind, body, and spirit. For your mind, maybe read something you actually enjoy. For your body, get out into nature. It's been proven to reduce stress. And for your spirit, just take a moment to reconnect with why you do what you do. It's an incredibly powerful motivator.
Please remember, the hardest part is just getting started. Don't try to fix everything at once. The goal is not perfection overnight. It's all about taking one small, doable step that builds on the last one. Every little thing you do for your own well-being really adds up.
So I'll leave you with this one question. Forget about tomorrow, forget about next week. Right now, what is the one small thing you can do for your energy today? Is it drinking that glass of water? Taking a 5-minute walk? The choice is yours. Thanks for tuning in.